Many people are talking about a magazine news site posting Yeonjun and Soobin and what this is about. Many people say that Soobin is going to be getting in trouble with the label, and then we have TXT protested and attacked. Hey dumplings, it's Dave Disci. Let's get into it. TXT is currently doing their comeback and they're doing really well. They've set some records, they've broken some records, and overall they're doing things that everyone should be very proud of. Their recent song Beautiful Strangers broke a record just for this year, I think, so it's the most viewed K-pop boy band music video of 2025, I think. And a lot of people were very excited to see this because they're only going to continue to grow as the years go on, and they're going to continue to be really successful. But this was just apparently one of their markers of their recent success. Posts like this are often very controversial within the K-pop community, as a lot of people are not happy for a group's achievements. A lot of people want their favorite group to have this achievement, want to attempt to take down this achievement or discredit it. Like, one of the things that is used to discredit this achievement is to say that TXT doesn't deserve this or fraudulently got this record by saying this music video was promoted heavily with ads. And for some reason this would discredit their achievement to have the most viewed music video or whatever. And in my personal opinion, it doesn't and shouldn't, because if the label is willing to put in thousands of dollars to advertise for a music video, then that is good, and that should count as a record, because that's still a lot of effort to be put in to promote a music video. But I want to say something that I don't think a lot of people fully know in marketing, but I want to say something that I don't think a lot of people fully know in marketing, and especially music marketing. A lot of labels nowadays especially will not typically put ads within the first 24 hours on a music video. The only time they do this is if it's a brand new artist that no one's ever heard of and they know that this would be the main form of promotion for them. However, that's really rare in the K-pop space, because if you're debuting with a big label, typically that label is going to put you out, and for the beginning portions of your career as the new artist in that label, you're going to be promoted as a new artist of this really famous label. So you're almost already guaranteed press. You're almost already guaranteed a little bit more attention than if you were to do this independently, because your brand name or your artist name would be next to this huge company that's already famous. When you hear HYBE is debuting new artists, you're probably more likely to pay attention than if you were to hear just a random new artist is popping up. So what I'm trying to say here is, most of the time in K-pop, ads are not used in the beginning within the first 24 hours. They like to see how the artist does within that first 24 hours on their own. This is to ensure that they know how to promote the artist in the future and where the artist might be lacking in terms of attention and publicity. But also, it's not going to count as part of the record for the first 24 hours if an ad is used. Like, it will not count as an official record, because obviously these ads are going to inflate the numbers. So anytime people say, oh, this record was created by an ad, you know that any official site isn't going to count those views from the ad. So I hate when people start protesting or start attacking a group over something they don't even fully understand. And the people who do the thing that irks me the most, which is they'll say one word in a response to a record being talked about. They'll just reply ad or paid for. And they'll say this so confidently, right? So confident that they feel like they don't even have to say the full sentence. It comes across as entitlement of just, I don't have to speak to you. This is so clearly fake. But how it reads to me is that you don't know what you're talking about. Because even in a situation in which an answer is really obvious and it is what they're saying it is, you still have to talk. You can't just give no context to what you're saying. And everything in life is more nuanced, which you can't tell with a one-word answer. Maybe I'm just old or something, and this is how the newer generation talks. I don't know, but it annoys me. Some people were also worried that Soobin might get dropped or something might happen to him, or something that he did recently. There was a behind-the-scenes clip that came out that showed Yeonjun apparently ripping Soobin's Calvin Klein underwear. This is a moment in which it was an interview where they were just chatting, and Yeonjun thought it was funny to go over and rip Soobin's underwear while pulling it up. You can actually hear the ripping sound, but I don't know if that was added in afterwards, because the microphone is right there, so it could have picked it up, but that apparently Soobin decided to show this on camera, and he showed his ripped underwear. A lot of people were then tagging Calvin Klein to send him a lot more underwear, because people were like, well, he's gonna need it, and they should send him a lot. I don't know if he already gets a lot, because this is not the first time he's been seen wearing it, nor is it the first time he's been seen wearing it with a wardrobe malfunction. So this has happened while he's on stage, and there was a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction during a concert. His underwear was fine, but it exposed the underwear, and people could see that it was Calvin Klein. So I'm wondering if he already had a lot sent already, or he's petitioning to one day become a Calvin Klein model, which can totally happen. Something to get excited about, okay, wink wink. If it's actually gonna happen, it can be something that we can hope for, right? Other people are worried that the label was potentially going to drop him, not specifically for something like this, but because he seems to be very fearless and very open with showing things like this. And other companies or even their own label would be scared to have someone like that who's just open about sharing these things. things, especially things involving underwear. However, I don't think that this would actually be true, and I don't think that the label would do anything like that, because prior to him showing the underwear and all that stuff, he did ask if it was okay to show this. So a lot of people just took the moment in which he showed his underwear, but didn't actually watch the moment literally a few seconds prior where he asked if he was allowed to show something like this. So if he wasn't allowed, he wouldn't have shown it and it wouldn't have been a big deal. But not only did he ask and then he was allowed, but they also censored some of the things that maybe weren't great. Now, that wasn't the only thing that Soobin had been seen in recently, but apparently he was talked about or seen in Tomorrow magazine. This was a little while ago, and that some people were talking about when the magazine had featured the boys during an article for their comeback. It rumored or alleged that someone from the team reached out to a really big Yeonjun and Soobin ship account to send exclusive photos to. Obviously, if they were reaching out to the ship account, then those exclusive photos would be something related to that account, and it would be something that they thought that the account's audience would want to see. But I want to quickly explain how likely something like this is to happen. Of course, this is just a rumor, and this is not something that is confirmed to have happened, and we don't know what's happened and what hasn't. Tomorrow magazine hasn't admitted to doing this and all of that stuff, etc. So keep that in mind and just take it all with a grain of salt. But magazines or PR companies are likely to sell photos to fan accounts or other news sites. The reason being is because sometimes they take a lot of photos and they don't end up using it. So sometimes they'll give it away, but then you'll see it in the account or in other news sites, they'll say courtesy of whichever magazine or whichever photographer. So this is all likely as they could have sold the pictures or had extra pictures that they wanted to give away and they didn't use to get more publicity. Now, how likely would this have actually happened where they had extra pictures and they wanted to give it to a ship account and those pictures happened to be something that showed romance between two members? I have no idea. The photos could show them just standing side by side with each other, or it could show them doing something cute and funny with each other, right? But either way, we don't know, because these photos, I don't believe, have ever actually come out. From my little research that I did and brief research, some of the articles that have been posted by Tomorrow magazine of TXT were all photos that were courtesy of Big Hit or Hybe. That to me isn't a huge shocker, because the label has used shipping as part of their promotion, all that stuff in the past, and even sold fanfic and all that stuff before. I'm not saying they're doing this in this case or anything like that, but the idea of them using shipping as a promotion is not totally anything new. I love the interaction that TXT has had with each other. I really think it's cute and fun. And of course, if you have any other interactions that you want to show me or any ones that you think I would like to talk about, make sure you send it over. I would love to watch them. You can also send some requests over on Patreon if you're interested in doing that. I'd love to check out several different videos and content over there. So if interested, make sure you check it out as well. But it's always a good time seeing the small interactions and fun things. So doing research for this video and kind of looking into it was a lot of fun. So I hope you had fun watching it as well. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. I'll leave a link to the Patreon at the top of the description. Thank you for this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.